Hello everyone, this is Rupa, working as an assistant professor in Gokaraju Rangaraju Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now I will discuss about in data warehousing and data mining and business intelligence lab task 2. Okay, before going to discuss about task 2, we will see what are the softwares used for this task. Okay, we will use Veka as a open source tool for doing this task 2. And we will see simple introduction about the Veka. Okay, Veka abbreviation is Waikato Environment for the Knowledge Analysis. Okay, it's invented by Waikato University in UK. It's an open source software that provides tools for data pre-processing, implementation of several machine learning algorithms and visualization tools so that we can develop machine learning techniques and apply them to real world data mining problems. Okay, it's an open source software. Okay, we can do the pre-processing, implementation of several machine learning algorithms like classification, clustering, visualization. The tools in Veka are, it has a pre-processing tab, classification, clustering, association rule, attribute selection, visualization. Okay, whatever we need to require, we can go for applying of all the tools in Veka. We will see the interface for the Veka. Okay, it contains the interfaces looks like this. It contains the applications as a explorer, experimenter, knowledge flow, workbench, simple. Here the explorer means it is an environment for exploring data with Veka. Experimenter means an environment for performing experiments and conducting statistical tests between learning schemes. Knowledge flow means it's an environment for supports essentially the same functions as Explorer but with drag and drop options. Workbench will gives an environment that combines all of the GUI interfaces into single interface like Explorer and experimenter and knowledge flow like that. And simple CAI means it has to be provided a simple command line interface that allows direct execution of Veka commands. And we will do our experiment, our task in Explorer application. Now we'll see the Veka Explorer. That means what are the tools has to be available within Veka. Okay, the Explorer has to be contain pre-processed data, classification, clustering, association, rules, attribute selection, data visualization. First we have a raw data. That means we need to load the data. After loading, we can apply whenever it's required. We can apply the pre-processing techniques. Then after pre-processing, then we can go for given into either classification, clustering, association, attribute selection. In each and every thing we have a different algorithms has to be available. Like in classification, we have a Navy Bayesian, random forestation tree, linear regression, logistic regression, support vector missions. And in clustering, we have a k-means, k-medoids, some filtered cluster algorithms, hierarchy algorithms, density-based algorithms are available. In association rule mining, we have a priori FP growth algorithms are available. In attribute selection, we have different tools has to be available to select the correct attributes. Okay, after selection of the attributes, you can go for given for training of the data. Finally, whatever the output we are getting, that has to be represented in a way as a visualization. By using this visualization tool, we can represent a visualization representation as tables, charts, graphs like that. This is about the Veka Explorer. Now we will see what is there in task 2. In task 2, suppose you use your above model trained on the complete data set and classify good or bad for each of the examples in data set. What percentage of example you can classify correctly? Do you think you cannot get 100% training accuracy? Why or why not? Okay, first whatever the data set we are having, whatever the attributes we are having, you can use the all the attributes and you can go for classify the data. Okay, after classification, you can check whether you are getting 100% accuracy or not. After that, check to see if the data shows as a bias against some attributes as foreign workers, that is attribute number 20, and the personal status as attribute number 9. One way to do this is to remove these attributes from data set and see if the relation tree created in those cases is significantly different from the full data set case, which you have already done. To remove an attribute, we can use the pre-process step and you can remove that one. Did removing these attributes have any significant effect? You can discuss. First thing is use all the attributes. Okay, classify the data and check whether you are getting 100% accuracy or not. After that, remove these two attributes as a foreign workers and personal status. Then you can classify data, check whether you are getting percentage increased or not. Percentage of accuracy increased previously are increased now. Okay, you can discuss that one. We will see the task. For this task, so obviously we can use the ARF file as a German credit data set. First thing is, we will open a Veka. First we will open Veka. Okay, after opening Veka, it looks like it contains all the applications as Explorer, Experimenter, Knowledge Flow, like that. For our experiment, you can click on this Explorer. Now it opens the window like this. Okay, after this, it is already in a pre-process tab. Then you can open a ARF file as a German credit data set. Click on open file. Then our Veka is available in C drive. Go to C drive. Then program files. In program files, we have a folder as a Veka folder. Click on this folder. Then click on this data folder. Now it contains all the related ARF files are available. Now we are using the ARF file as a credit and -G ARF file, German credit ARF file. Click on this ARF file and open this. Now the file has to be open. It contains all the 20 attributes and one is a class label. Okay, now go to classify tab and you can we can classify data and we will check the accuracy. And I said that it contains the tools as a pre-process, classify, cluster, association, select attributes and visualization. Okay, now click on this classify tab. Then choose tree as J48. Click on tree and select J48 tree, and you can use the training set. You can use the all the attributes here and click on this start button. Okay, it shows the accuracy here. Correctly classified instances are 855, that will give us the 85.5% accuracy, and incorrectly classified instances will be 145, it will use the accuracy as 14.5%. Okay, now we got the accuracy for all the attributes are 85.5%. Now what we will see is, again we can go for a pre-process tab and we can remove the attributes as attribute number 20 as foreign worker. Click on this one. Then one more attribute as attribute number 9 personal status. Okay, check these two attributes and click on this remove button. Okay, from the file these two attributes are removed. Now we have only 18 attributes and one is a class label. Total 19. 18 are attributes and one will be the class label. Okay, by using all the 18 attributes, again we need to go for classification of data. Same thing, go to the classify tab and here already J48 has to be chosen. Go to tree and select this J48 tree. Okay, then use this training set. Okay, here we have a options are there. Use the training complete set or supply test set. Here we will use some percentage and cross validation and percentage split. Okay, you can use any of the options here. Here we are using for this task, we are using the complete training set. Okay, after removing the attribute, just select this use training set and click on this start button. Now you can observe this accuracy. The correctly classified instances are 861, that means 86.1%. Incorrectly classified instances are 139, that shows the 13.9%. While observing this one, previously without removing the attributes we got only 85.5. Okay, after removing the attributes we got 86.1%. That means obviously the accuracy has to be increased. That means when the accuracy has to be increased, it means whatever the attributes we have removed, those are unnecessary attributes. Okay, this is about task 2. Thank you.